I was already studying Italian at school before I got my call. So like learning it wasn't as hard as like anyone else. But I like when it comes to learning a language, like no matter what language it is, like you should always make sure that you're practicing it. Like whether you're reading or listening or speaking, all these types of things are language study. You know, do your best to study the grammar principles. There's a lot of grammar principles in English, like in Italian, but at the same time, like I feel like it's really simple to understand. And the better you are at being grammatically correct, the better the better people will understand you, because they know you don't speak Italian fluently. They know you're not Italian, so they kind of have that. Like they are already forgiving you for your language right then and there. And the Spirit helps you as well. Like sometimes you have like you can barely speak a word to your companion, but then you enter a lesson and all of a sudden you're like speaking like it's your second language, because it really is. But it's just something that you just need to trust that you do know the language. You don't know the language, but you really do. And as long as you make sure you remember that you actually do know this language, then like, and just like make sure you keep studying it and keep practicing it to make sure you keep that language so you do get better, then you'll always be able to communicate your message. For me, that was the most important part, like being able to communicate what I wanted to say, as opposed to like I want to be at university level. No, I just wanted to be understood and be able to communicate what they needed to hear, because you know, they don't necessarily, these people that don't know anything about the gospel, they don't need to know in big words. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you meet like intellectuals that really want to have that supremacy in language, but they won't be able to understand the message that you're teaching if you don't use simple words. Preach My Gospel actually does say like you should be able to teach it, like you should be able to teach your message so that a child can understand you. So I would literally, honestly, practice on your kid brother or the equivalent thereof, even though they kind of understand Italian. But like practice even in English, teaching the message to primary kids, and if they can understand what you're saying, then all you have to do after that is translate, which can be a daunting task, but you just again just trust that it's possible, because like if a kid can understand it, then an adult is going to understand it. And the simpler the message is, the easier it will be for the Spirit to sneak in and like attack their heart and like just create that awesome conversion moment.